Hello and welcome again to yet another edition of Rachel Reads. And today we're going down the old book route again. We're going to read Once There Were Giants by Martin Waddell and Penny Dale. This book was written in 1991. Can you work out how long ago that was? Once there were giants in our house. There were Mum and Dad and Jill and John and Uncle Tom. And the small one on the rug is me. When I could sit up, Mum bought a high chair. I sat at the table, way up in the sky, with Mum and Dad and Jill and John and Uncle Tom. The one throwing porridge is me. When I could crawl, I crawled round the floor. Dad was a dragon, and he gave a roar that scared Jill and John and Uncle Tom. The one who is crying was me. When I could walk, I walked to the park with Jill and John and Uncle Tom. We fed the ducks, and Jill stood on her head. Oh, the one in the duck pond is me. When I could talk, I talked and talked. I annoyed Uncle Tom and got sat upon by Jill and John. That's John on my head and Jill on my knee. The one on my bottom is me. You can see, look at Dad with his hands over his ears, and they're all having a bit of a laugh at the beach. It's lovely to be buried in the sand of the beach. It's very warm. When I could run, I ran and ran, chased by Mum and Dad and Uncle Tom and Jill on her bike and my brother John. The one who is puffed out is me. You can see she's getting bigger and bigger now. Look at them all running after her. Wow. When I went to Playgroup, I wouldn't play games, and I called people names and upset the water on Millie McGee. She's the one with the towel. The one being scolded is me. Scolded means being told off. It sounds like she'd been rather naughty. Can you see her here? And here's the teacher telling her off. That's a very busy playgroup with lots going on. When I went to school, I'd got bigger by then. Mum had to leave at 10:15, and she didn't come back for a long, long time. I didn't shout and I didn't scream. She came for me at 2:45. The one on Mum's knee is me. So there she is looking out the window for her mum. And here we go, home time, busy time, and his mum and the little girl on her knee. I expect she's telling her mum all about her school day, everything she's been up to, all of her friends, what they've played and what they've learnt, just like you do when you get home. When I went to the top class, I had lots of fun. I got big and strong and punched my brother John. He's the one with the sore nose. And the one with the black eye is me. Uh-oh, it looks like they've been having a bit of rough and tumble. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear. When I went to big school, I was taller than Mum and nearly as tall as my Uncle Tom. But I never caught up with my brother John. I ran and I jumped and they all came to see. There they are cheering. The one who's just winning is me. So here she is now. She's all grown up at big school. And you can see in this picture at the sports race, here she is with number 7 on her top. And this is called hurdling, when they jump over these posts here. They have to run and jump in a special way. And here's the family watching just here. And she says she's just winning. When I went to work, I lived all by myself. Then I met Don and we married. There's Jill and John and Uncle Tom, and Mum's the one crying, and Dad is the one with the beer on his head. The bride looking happy is me. So here's her all grown up. And here she is, getting married. I wonder if you can see Dad at the front there with a beer on his head. He's got a top hat in his hand. And there's someone taking a photograph. And there's Mum with a hanky. I think those are tears of joy, tears of happiness to see her little girl all grown up and married. Then we had a baby girl and things changed. There are giants in our house again. There is my husband Don and Jill and John, my mum and my dad and Uncle Tom. And one of the giants is me. There we go. So now she has become a giant to her own little baby. You see, that's just like the beginning of the book. If we go back to that first picture, there she is as a baby, and we've seen her grow up. This was her mum, and now all big, grown up, with a baby of her own. That's pretty special. What a lovely story. That's a story I used to read to my little girl, and she's now all big and grown up. So maybe listening to this, one day you'll be able to think about the story of how you grew up. I hope you enjoyed that. Take care and see you for the next Rachel Reads.